Gypsy is billed as a musical fable for one reason. There are so many conflicting stories about Mama Rose, Gypsy, and her sister June. Author Lawrence said that Gypsy Rose Lee was allergic to the truth. Whenever you spoke to her about her life, she was always very evasive. I also think that Gypsy and her sister June didn't want their mother to be portrayed in a negative light. And also the star Ethel Merman didn't want to play a mean, overbearing mother. Gypsy is said to have one of the best overtures of any musical, and that it's actually one of the best musicals ever written. One reviewer said that Gypsy goes from perfection in the first act to mere brilliance in the second act. Author Lawrence, who wrote the book for the show, became interested when he found out that Mama Rose was bisexual. She ran a boarding house for women in Manhattan, and the clientele was mostly lesbian. Rose is said to have killed her young lover of 29 because the girl made a pass at Gypsy. In court, this played out that the girl committed suicide and the case was dropped. Another story is that Rose pushed the hotel manager out of a window. He fell to his death and she pleaded self-defense and was acquitted. Now, these are actual newspaper clippings I saw. In reality, Rose really pushed her children so hard that June left the act at the age of 12 to run off and marry a boy. They changed this in the show. They made her older. Gypsy had a book by Arthur Lawrence, a score by Julie Stein, lyrics by Stephen Sondheim, and was directed and choreographed by Jerome Robbins. The one thing we do know is that Rose pushes her children to perform in vaudeville. Here's Angela Lansbury.
Goodbye to blueberry pie. Good riddance to all the socials I had to go to, all the lodges I had to play, all the shriners I said hello to. Hi, LA, I'm coming your way. Some people sit on their butts, got the dream, yeah, but not the guts. That's living for some people, for some humdrum people, I suppose. Well, they can stay and rot. But not wrong.
This is Rose Hovick. June actually became a star at the age of 2. Against doctor's orders, Rose made her dance on point in ballet slippers, and she did this in silent films and on the vaudeville stage. At the height of her childhood career, June was making $1,500 a week. So much about the poverty they were suffering in the musical. The musical was based on a memoir of Gypsy, and she seems to have whitewashed things a little. Now I'm going to play Ethel Merman and Betty Buckley, and you'll see. When you really look at Gypsy, it seems to have more in common with Glass Menagerie or Long Day's Journey into Night than it has to do with My Fair Lady or The Music Man, which were popular musicals of the time. It's really about people struggling as a dysfunctional family. When Rose sings Everything's Coming Up Roses, we know that she's frightened underneath, but she has a strong, driven personality. We know that no matter what, Mama is gonna see to it. Vaudeville has been going downhill and the group find themselves booked into a burlesque hall. Louise gets some advice from the strippers at the theater.
Do something special, anything that's special, anything that's special, They're more than just a mimic, where you gotta give it. Take a look how different we are. If you wanna make it, twinkle while you shake it. If you wanna grind it, wait till you refine it. If you wanna bump it with a trumpet. Get yourself a gimmick and you too can be a star.
At the last minute, Louise gets the opportunity to do the star striptease. Rose pushes her to do this. I'm going to be showing Natalie Wood, just because she's so incredibly stunning, those hips.
Let me entertain you. Let me make you smile. Let me entertain you. We'll have a real good. And if you're real good, I'll make you feel good. I want your spirits to climb. Let me entertain you, and we'll have a real good time. Yes, sir. We'll have a real good time.
Gypsy Rose Lee's gimmick was that she was a performance artist. In the beginning, she probably stripped more than she wanted to admit, but at the height of her career, she became the highest paid striptease artist and the star of Minsky's. She was in the Ziegfeld Follies and films, and she was also a prolific author. The show ends with a fight between mother and daughter. Gypsy has outgrown her mother. She's reinvented herself and has made a big career for herself. Rose feels that she's left in the shadow. She's resigned to the fact that she's dependent on her daughter. And you feel that it's a bitter pill. There seems to be hope, and there's forgiveness and reconciliation between the mother and daughter, but there's still some resignation from Rose. Once again, this is George saying thank you so much for joining me. I really love doing these clips. And this was an incredible one to do. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and check out the links. My parents went to see Gypsy. I must have been 6 years old, and I was so excited when they came home with the playbill. I couldn't stop looking at it. I was just so proud that my parents had seen Ethel Merman. I saw the film when it came out, and I've seen many productions of Gypsy, but the one that really stands out for me was the one with Patti LuPone. To me, she gave the most memorable performance I ever saw on stage. I saw it 7 times, and on the night she won the Tony Award, she came in for her entrance and she got a 5-minute standing ovation. On her final performance, a friend of mine and I were going, and I decided to make her a huge bouquet of 100 roses. I was told she wouldn't get them. Then I went to the stage door, and the doorman said, "I don't think she'll be getting these." At the very end of the show, when everybody came out for all their bows, then Stephen Sondheim came out, and he was carrying my bouquet, and he presented it to Patti LuPone. My friend and I were jumping up and down, screaming. We were so excited because Patti finally got her roses.
Here comes Mama! Mama's talking loud, Mama's doing fine, Mama's getting hot, Mama's going strong, Mama's moving on, Mama's all alone, Mama doesn't care, Mama's not left, Mama's got the stuff, Mama's letting go. Mama's got the stuff, Mama's got to move, Mama's got to go. Mama! Mama! Mama's got to let go! Why did I do that? What did it get me? Scrapbooks full of me in the bathroom. Give up love, and what does it get you? What does it get you? One quick look, cause each of them they use you. All your life, and what does it get you? Thanks a lot, and after the garbage they take vows, and you got the 0. I had a dream, I dreamed it for you, June. Wasn't for me, hurry, and if it was